No way.
Jalen Milroe to the Seattle Seahawks.
Wow.
With pick number 92. How about that?
Let's go.
Hey.
So we felt like they might take a quarterback with one of these picks. I thought it might be later, but Jalen Milroe is now a member of your Seattle Seahawks.
I told you, Stacy. Stacy Ross. I told you.
Seahawk fans, they're showing in the audience out there, all seem very pleasantly surprised. 6'1" and 7/8", 217 pounds, strong, sturdy frame, Dave, elite speed, inconsistent passer.
Yeah,
That's my breakdown.
I like his. I like that. That's good. It's well thought through.
You did a lot of study, Bob.
Yeah.
Good job.
The film pays off.
Hey, I mean, you look at some of the throws that he makes. I mean, it's not like he can't throw the ball, but it's I think it really interesting that they would maybe be able to develop him. I just love a running quarterback, man. And maybe they put him as because I don't know if they used him that much last year, Taysom Hill. But, I mean, I know that in that offense they used to have packages for him that, he can get in there and then he can throw the ball. And, I feel like he's a better passer than Taysom Hill. And then, you got all kinds of threats. I just think as a defense, it's a nightmare. It really is. I mean, I bring up every once in a while that it's hard to know how to tackle these guys when they're on the run. But it's more than anything, it's like you're dropping back into zone or God forbid you're in man-to-man and your back is to the quarterback and you're running downfield and all of a sudden you hear the crowd start cheering and that guy's taking off running. And it's hard. It's difficult. So that's really interesting.
Well, and it's, we talked about the quarterback room before, and right now it seems kind of crowded. You got 4 guys there, but you don't have any real commitments. I mean, the Sam Darnold deal, again, can be a 1-year deal if they want to get out of it. If things don't go well, it's a 3-year deal at max. Sam Howell's in the final year of his deal. You just signed Drew Lock to a 2-year, $5 million total deal. So in football dollars, that's peanuts. And then you've got the 4th guy, Jalen Hill. Is that it?
Jaron
Hall.
Jalen Hall.
Jalen Hill, Jaron Hall. See,
you were just off by a vowel.
Yeah, but those are your 4 quarterbacks, and now you got Jalen Milroe.
The thing I like about this is kind of a classic John Schneider move here. Right, where you don't think it's like, look, Spoon. I mean, I know there were lots of people that thought Devin Witherspoon was going to be in the top 10, no question, but they didn't really need it at that time. Right. They had Michael Jackson and Trey Brown, and they had, Reek was coming off of a good year, right? Was that after his rookie year? And so, I mean, there was plenty of corners, and they took the best player. They clearly thought Milroe was the best player in the draft.
Well, the cool thing about having him, I don't know if you can become a consistent passer. It's like one of those things I feel like you either have it or you don't have it. I don't know. But the other cool thing about him is that if you do run those packages like Taysom Hill, this dude is a home run hitter. Like, he's faster than that guy. And people are saying coming into the draft that he's a better runner of the football than Lamar Jackson was, which is saying a lot.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And so
it's
kind of it's kind of an out there kind of a thing, but he's highly thought of as a dual threat kind of quarterback.
That's a lot to put on him with that one.
I mean, but that's what they were saying. Like the whole Shedeur Sanders thing too. You know what I'm saying? They were saying this about him.
That's a little obnoxious, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Trying to throw that on him, with because L-Jack is unbelievable.
Yeah, unbelievable. But I mean, what I was saying is, like, can a guy, and maybe I'm asking Bumpus because he coaches like you and I didn't coach, Dave, but you're the skilled dude, little guy. But
everyone's little to you, right?
As he's developing a package like that, can he also improve the consistency in the passing? Like, is that something you can improve?
Well, let's talk about who he is, right?
Yeah.
He's the most athletic quarterback in this draft for sure. He has one of the strongest arms in this draft. He's shown at times, look, I can make the throw from one hash to the corner. I can hit my receiver going across the middle. But like you guys said, it's the consistency. If he were to enter the draft last year, he's probably going to be a 1st or 2nd round draft pick. This year he has 20 rushing touchdowns, so he showed that he can use his legs a little bit. And I try to put him into the Kubiak offense, right? Mm-hmm. And I try to put him in today's NFL.
Right.
What do you hear about all the time on offense? RPO, 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 right? You run pass option. You always give your quarterback an opportunity to be right. A guy like this does that. Also, what does this tell us about the quarterback room? Like we talked about, they're looking at Sam and saying, you still got to prove yourself, dog. You got 1 year showing us you can do it, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in a back-end quarterback who we trust. We've seen him work here in Seattle before. If things go wrong, boom, you're in there. But we also want to bring along a guy that we can develop for 2 to 3 years because physically he has it. I've seen him throw the touch ball. I've seen him throw the deep ball. We know that he ran a 4.38. Is he a better runner than Lamar? No, I wouldn't calm down with that. But is he faster than Lamar? Yeah, for sure. But we don't see Lamar take big hits. So this is I like this move because nobody is comfortable in that offense now. The O-line ain't comfortable. The running backs, we think there's going to be competition. QB room has competition. I like this move, man. I think it says a lot about the competition that McDonald wants to create here at VMAC.
Yeah, it's surprising, but not surprising. I thought they would take a quarterback. I thought it'd be later. Like I said, I didn't know if he'd still be there at this point. But Shedeur Sanders was obviously still there. That's 4 quarterbacks now taken ahead of him. So we'll see where he lands. But a bit of a surprise, a pleasant surprise. Again, flashing to the fans there in the stands, the Seahawks fans that are in attendance, and they all look like they were going crazy with excitement. So,
I like it.
And and he comes in with no pressure. There's not because of what you just committed. Yeah. It almost feels in a weird way kind of like when they brought in Russell. They drafted Russell in the 3rd round. You'd committed $15 million to Matt Flynn. Mm-hmm. Matt Flynn was going to be the guy, and this guy all right, we'll take a flyer on him and learn. And I don't expect the same result that Milroe's going to come in and dazzle in preseason and get that starter's job, but it is kind of a similar thing where you got a brand new quarterback as your starter. Yep. You draft a kid who's kind of looked at as, all right, we'll kick the tires on him, take a chance on him. Saw how it worked out with Russell. This is kind of similar in the same setting, same team.
That's funny. One-hit wonder gets paid. Matt Flynn, Sam Darnold, but we're still going to draft a QB just in case we got to break this glass and put them in there.
Well, I mean, look, we talked about this the other day that it's the most important position. You should be trying to take as many bites at the apple as you can, trying to find the right guy. And we talked about this yesterday, Bump. That how many teams have that guy? Mm-hmm. 6, maybe 7.
Yeah.
And then like we did a thing that was like upper class, middle class, lower class, and
then no class
and no class. Yeah, I was in that
and
category.
Didn't go to class.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so hard to find those guys, and then once you get the right one, I mean, we saw what happened with Russell Wilson. So I mean, them committing a pick and signing, Locke back, and signing Darnold. I mean. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I think that RPO thing too is a real deal because if you look at how they blocked some of that with Lamar Jackson, there was a couple times where you're running it to the tight end side and the tight end blocks out on the defensive end and you're reading the second level defender.
Right.
Then the next time the tight end blocks down on the second defender and you're reading the defensive end, and so you put those two dudes in so much conflict because they don't. When the tight end blocked out, then the linebacker kind of stepped outside, thinking that maybe it's going to be a release hit outside. No one even had to block him. Lamar just ran straight up the field for like 15, 20 yards. And then the next time they did the exact opposite way. So then the defensive end is standing there like, what am I supposed to do? Yeah. They ran right past him that time. So it does put a lot of – and then he can – you can scheme people open in that and get better windows for an inconsistent thrower to throw into a wider window to a receiver.